We had a long, hard winter this year. This video was shot a few weeks ago after one of our last big snowstorms. All winter long was sub-zero temperatures, record-breaking snowfalls, and then spring just did not want to arrive. Finally though, after a few warm days, this is what our garden's starting to look like. This video was shot just yesterday. In this video, I want to show you guys what I do every spring to get ready for the growing season. I've mentioned it before, but every year we use growveg.com to plan out our garden, look back at previous garden plans, things like that. It's a great program. It does cost a little bit of money, but I think it's well worth it. We've learned over the last few years which plants we really like to grow and which ones we don't. There are a few staple plants we grow every year, like kale, broccoli, tomatoes, zucchini, and then there are a few others that we've experimented with, pole beans, herbs, different varieties of tomatoes, things like that. I used to do this process by hand every spring, but there are a couple of features to this program that I really like. First of all, it really gives you a good idea of spacing and the number of plants you're going to need. Secondly, it also shows you, you'll see it highlights areas in red. It gives you an idea where you've planted the same plants or similar plants within the family before. So if you're trying to do crop rotation, it helps out with that a lot as well. And the last feature that it has that's really helpful, especially if you're new to the idea of starting your seeds indoors, is this breakdown at the end once you've set up your entire garden plan. Shows you the plants you picked, when you can start them indoors, when you can start them outdoors, when you can start harvesting, how late into the season you can harvest, and you can print this out and keep this with your notes all season long. It's very helpful. So the next thing we have to do is take a look at our seed inventory and figure out what we need for the year.
So here's a look at all the seeds we had left over from last season. To keep these good throughout the winter, I just simply put them into a Ziploc bag, just a standard sandwich size Ziploc bag, and then I put them into a small cardboard box and then put them in the refrigerator. I put them in the cardboard box just so they didn't get a lot of light throughout the winter as we open and close the refrigerator door. It's always worked well for me. I know people have different techniques, but I try to keep it simple and it works pretty well. So we'll go through them really quickly. Broccoli rabe, or rayab, however you want to pronounce it. Some spinach left over from last year. We have 3 different types of kale. Lacinato, dinosaur kale, white Russian kale, and also the Vates kale, or also called green curly. The green curly and the white Russian were our favorites. We're going to really just go with those this year. I don't think we'll use the lacinato at all this year. 2 different types of broccoli left over. I'm pretty sure this was the type that we liked the best, and I really hope it is, because these are a really thick pack of seeds here. I have a lot of those to go through, so primarily planting those this year. Some Brussels sprouts left over. We did not really like these all that much last year. They just didn't have a lot of flavor to them. I'm going to try again. There's only just a few seeds left in this pouch, so I'll plant a couple, but you'll see in a minute we got some different types for this year. Some Brandywine tomatoes, those are really good. And then one of my favorite just fun plants to grow, mammoth sunflowers. So I have a bunch of those left over. I grew, I think, about 10 of those last year, and they did really well. So planning on putting in probably about the same 10 or 12 of those again this year. Alright, next up, I just want to show you guys what else we got to plant this year. We ordered all of the seeds so far from High Mowing out of Vermont. Probably have to get a few more things either from High Mowing or maybe somewhere else. So first up, we got Danvers carrots. Never planted these before, but we haven't planted carrots now for the last couple seasons, and we've wanted to, so we're going to plant Danvers carrots this year. We got Marketmore cucumber, just a generic kind of pickling sized, or larger pickling sized cucumber. Just a standard dark green zucchini, nothing special there. We always love growing zucchini and they do pretty well. We got a Moskvich tomato, I think's how you say it. I remember reading this online. It's supposed to be a really hearty, not very juicy tomato, but a lot of flavor, which we like because we use them for sandwiches and things like that, and it's an heirloom as well. And then this is the cherry tomato I was talking about that was a replacement for the black cherries from last season. Astrina F1 cherry tomato. They're a golden cherry tomato. My wife really likes the golden ones, so we're excited to give these ones a try. And then last but not least, just some Genovese basil. We always plant basil. It does really well when you plant it in among the tomatoes, which you saw in the little clip about setting up the garden beds. So that's it. That's a breakdown of my seeds for the year so far. I need to still get some more spinach seeds, a variety of different flower seeds. I may end up getting some more herb seeds depending on the seedlings I can find. And I'll keep you posted on that as I make progress. Alright, that's the end of part 1. Thanks for watching. Check out part 2. I'm going to go over this grow tent that I built in my basement. Show you how you can build your own even if you have a limited amount of space. I'll talk about all the equipment that I use, the grow lights, the trays, the planting cups, things like that. And then I'm going to start planting the seeds. So, thanks for watching.